Hello, everybody. Ooh, I should make sure that my volume's up. There we go. Oh, it feels like it's been so long since there was a live coming from me. I am so happy to be back. I feel like things have finally just leveled out just a smidgy. It's been a wild ride thus far, but I'm enjoying the journey, every second of it. We are doing the what you need to know, all signs, starting with Aries, moving our way all the way down to Pisces. One thing I should mention, I always give my feeling on the card along with any channeled messages that come my way. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, cross-watch for somebody that you're dealing with. I will also say that I did share a link in my community page. I was on a podcast with another one of our members, subscribers. And so I want to say it's Unfiltered Amongst Friends. I hope I didn't botch that. I didn't write it down. I should know. Anyways, and there is talk, it's in the works, that we will be doing another one, and my sister actually will be joining us, so that's exciting stuff. All right, let us go ahead and get into it now, after I write the timestamp down. All right, Aries, what you need to know right now. Aries, what you need to know right now. This is for Aries. I'm going to set those down there. Aries, what you need to know right now. Hello, Elizabeth. Good day to you. We are on Aries. One more. All right, Aries, overall energy for this reading, number 22, yin energy. It's about a spiritual winter going within. And it's interesting because it is pertaining to number 25, high honors, number 32, grief and sorrow, and number 27, unexpected money. The going within, I definitely feel as though we're talking about really pushing through, moving through the feelings, the emotions. But I also feel like some major epiphany is going to come through. I mean, when we go within, when we meditate and things of that nature, we bring in, we kind of shut out the 3D and we end up bringing in more of the spiritual, the ability to receive the higher intuitive hits. We have a 9 of Wands. This is the wounded warrior. It's interesting because I keep hearing your mid-month, which is fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag. But I honestly feel like there's something pertaining to your mid-month tarot reading, which will be out after this live, by the way, that you need to check out. The 9 of Wands is telling me that you are about ready to shift out of an old cycle and into a new one. I feel like the spiritual winter is talking about going within and releasing all of that extra baggage to move into the new self. And then we have the Chariot. Victory, success, forward momentum. That's Cancer energy. And I also feel like you are going to turn some kind of old, it's almost like whatever you went through has brought you to this day and you're going to use it. You're transmuting that energy from woe is me, this happened to me, blah, 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 to, oh my gosh, I understand these people. I know where they're coming from. I'm going to be able to help them and guide and things of that nature. We have a 5 of coins. Thoughts, thoughts turn into things. I feel as though there's been a negative Nelly energy, which makes sense if we're carrying around all this baggage. And there's going to need to truly be a shift in the way that you think, the thoughts you think, the energy that you're sat in for that unexpected money to come in. But I feel like with the Chariot, we're talking about there's something where you're going to be seen. Sometimes it is, the Chariot is also some form of public recognition. Either way, I feel like you're moving through the ending of a cycle at this point. In the underlying energy, which is happening beneath the surface. Hi, Sean. I am a little early. Yeah, welcome back live. Yay! Underlying energy, which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of. We have number 12, the templed path. And it's pertaining to number 17, a gift. 10 of coins. So stability, security, I feel like that's the gift when you step onto your templed path. Aries, I feel like you're going onto your templed path with this spiritual winter, which is akin to me to be like the Hermit card. The really true go within, your passion, your drive, your desire, your North Node, something about astrology you might want to look into. You have apology. I'm not yet over what happened, but an apology could begin to mend things. And then, number 26, December, something transpiring in December. Did I say? Yeah, 26. And then number 6, you could be seeing 666 a lot. Balance. It's the right time to take action. Well, I feel like Aries normally takes action. But I feel like between now and December is when things are really going to kick off with that Chariot, getting things in motion. All right, I'm going to shuffle and we will move on to Taurus. I don't know if somebody likes Earl Grey tea or if somebody is drinking Earl Grey tea. But I'm feeling, I can smell it. Like I can, and I definitely don't have anybody baking, or not baking, but making tea at the moment. So Earl Grey. I literally just came on. You didn't miss anything. I just started with Aries. And I'm not doing clarifications. I thought about it, but I actually was doing some work before I got on here, and it was a lot. Yeah, no, I'm not smelling burnt toast. I don't know, maybe there's an ancestor joining us that likes Earl Grey or liked Earl Grey. All right, Taurus. Taurus, what you need to know. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channeled messages that come my way. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus, and or cross watch for somebody that you're dealing with. Hello, Misty. I am ready to move. I am. It's so funny. I'll go into it when I am shuffling. I'll go into the story when I'm shuffling for the next sign. But yes, indeed, ready. All right, Taurus. What do we have for Taurus? What does Taurus need to know right now? Taurus, overall energy, we have number 4, happy family. That's a good energy to be in. And number 18, anxiety. Ooh, interesting, Taurus. Some kind of anxiety, stress, fear when it comes to your family, your happy family, and it's pertaining to number 30, legal matters. Well, now, I could just right off the bat say this could pertain to maybe a divorce looming, a separation looming. But when it really comes down to it, it could be all sorts of things. There could be something that could feel like it's going to interrupt your happy family, the energy, the vibe. And I gotta be honest, we just went through eclipse season, and so change is inevitable. Focus on the positive, the best outcome, and attempt to alleviate the stress, the fear, the anxiety. I definitely feel like opportunities, if one door closes, there's definitely an opportunity to move into the next phase in your life. It just feels like whatever the situation is something that you're going to work through. We have a Knight of Wands. That is passion, drive, desire, forward momentum, taking action, with the Queen of Swords. So it's interesting because we are in Libra season right now. This could pertain to Libra season. The Queen of Swords is Libra. However, the Queen of Swords is also about balance. It is also about willing to cut out people, places, and situations that don't serve you. And it talks about focus and clear sight, honesty, and truth. With the Child of Coins, this is some kind of communication or opportunity is coming in for you. It's going to bring news of something tangible in the 3D. It could also talk about some kind of immature energy coming through, but I feel more than anything, it feels like something small is coming in, but it's way bigger than you think it is. Whatever this opportunity is. Underlying energy, which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, Taurus. We have number 25, deceit. Ooh, not digging that one. Pertaining to number 14, sad news. It's interesting because I feel honestly like the energy is your ego, the deception. It's almost like I keep hearing making a mountain out of a molehill. And so whatever it is that has got you stressed or anxious or fearful is all in your mind. It's self-deception is what it feels like. And we have the Temperance card, Sagittarius energy, which tells me that there's a need for you to have patience and not overindulge. Don't overindulge in that fear, stress, anxiety. Like, it's kind of like somebody, you can feel something come in like, oh gosh, what if? And then what if leads to ideas. What if this happens? But none of that's actually happened. You're just allowing your mind to run rampant in a direction that isn't serving you. And it's like a snowball. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger going down the mountain. You're making a mountain out of a molehill. From what I'm looking at, everything's going to be fine. There's action being taken, forward momentum, clarity, truth, and an opportunity. It feels like a small opportunity, but I feel like it's right on cue. That's all I'm going to say. You have loan. I'm in need of financial assistance. And number 26, December. So I feel like if you're in need of a loan or financial assistance, it's coming in. You could also be getting paid back from a loan in December and or loaning somebody money. I feel more like you're fearful of something that's coming due, and it's coming in. This small opportunity, financial, tangible, whatever, is coming in for you. Interesting. All right, Taurus, that's what I have for you. What you need to know right now. I'm going to shuffle and move on to the next sign, which happens to be Gemini. So, let's discuss. The signs and synchronicities have been absolutely everywhere. And it is exciting as far as the move goes. Like these signs and synchronicities. There's a hair. It's mine, don't worry. But I'm trying to have the temperance card, the patience, the divine timing at play, not like, it's kind of, I almost feel like the kid that's waiting for Christmas, or like my child, who is actually, my son's birthday is on the 14th, who has been waiting for his birthday, and every day feels like an eternity. Hello, unfiltered among friends. I actually brought you up. Now that you've come in from your different page, I brought you up in the very beginning about how I was on your podcast, and I left a link in the community section, and how there's talks. There's talks of doing it again, except for having my sister on as well, which I'm excited about. I'm so excited. All right. Let's get into Gemini. Where's my timer? Gemini, what you need to know right now. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channeled messages that come my way. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements. Your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus, and or cross watch for somebody that you're dealing with. Ooh, I feel goodness. I feel goodness coming your way, Gemini. I should also make mention that the mid-month tarot readings are coming out after this live. They are set and ready to go. So that's exciting. I just heard Ace of Base. I don't know. Maybe you like Ace of Base. I got a new life. I could hardly recognize it. I don't know if life is the right word, but that's what I heard. Maybe you should check that song out. Now it's playing in my head, so I might have gotten the words wrong. All right. Gemini, overall energy is number 11, cornucopia. Well, aren't you feeling it? Feeling good, looking good, smelling good. We have it pertaining to number 33, murky thoughts in the reverse. Well, if you're going to get murky thoughts, in the reverse is the best position to get it in, because it tells me that you are feeling, I heard gracious, interesting, abundant, prosperous, like everything's working out for your best and highest good. We have a king of coins. You could be dealing with a Virgo specifically, but it's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This also just could be somebody coming in to offer you something, some kind of opportunity, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's more than that. This is somebody who's grounded, stable, financially secure. It's somebody who likes the finer things in life. They're really great at giving gifts. In fact, that's sometimes their love language, right? Be it friends, like what, it doesn't matter. The King of Coins is being followed by the Ace of Coins. Well, no kidding. This is your cornucopia. This is your brand new opportunity, something tangible in the 3D, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is a brand new opportunity, whether it's work, a new home, something tangible in the 3D, windfall of cash, like you name it. And then we have you, Gemini, the lovers, soulmate connection. Now, if you've been watching me long enough, you know that soulmates don't always have to be romantic. Yes, they can be, but they don't have to be. Like, I consider my sister a soulmate. We've probably had many lives together. In fact, I can guarantee we have. So I definitely feel like whoever this earth energy is, and I say energy because although I would say most likely it's a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, it could be somebody who, let's say, is air sign, but has prominent earth in their chart. Therefore, they resemble an earth energy, right? In the underlying energy, which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, we have number 40, 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron. This is like your third eye. It's your vision, your clarity, your truth, if you will. It's your psychic sense. And it's pertaining to number 26, big luck. It's like you're on point. I feel very alchemy. I feel like you're in alignment. And I feel like for a lot of you, you could be receiving these intuitive nudges, these clarities, it's like synchronicity off the charts, right? We have the Magician. Well, you're definitely in alchemy. Aries, Aquarius energy, Gemini, Virgo energy on the Magician. This is, again, alchemy. It's you creating. With the Judgment, Scorpio energy, which we're about to land in Scorpio season, roughly around the 21st. The Judgment card is about surrendering and going with the flow, moving in a new direction. And the new direction is normally away from the ego and just allowing your higher senses to guide you. And I feel like it's bringing all of this abundance, and I heard glorification in. You have career. I'm concentrating on my career and focused on advancing no matter what it takes. That could be your energy. And then we have number 50. It's time to take a break. I feel like taking the break is a mental break. And I feel like attempting to fiddle with the external is the break. And it feels like you're well on your way. You're following your intuition. You're going with the flow. You've let go of the overthinking and overanalyzing. Beautiful energy, Gemini. I'm going to shuffle and move on to Cancer. No, you don't have to write the lyrics. I'm surprised none of my ladies have showed up. Although I am early, and I normally go on at 12. I don't even know what time it is right now. It's probably 12, right? Close enough. Right? Oh, that goes up here. Which is interesting because when I was on your podcast, I felt like it was a lot of man energy. A lot of man energy going on there. Okay. Cancer. Alrighty. Cancer at Cancer. What you need to know right now. What you need to know for the sign of Cancer. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channeled messages that come my way. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus, and or cross watch for somebody that you are dealing with. Ooh, Cancer, you are showing up strong in your reading. All right. Well then. All right. Cancer. Overall energy is number 2, journey. Well, you are embarking on a new journey, and it's pertaining to number 25, high honors. You know, I heard something about clout, and frankly, I gotta move my leg. It feels like whatever this new journey is bringing about, it feels like it could pertain to work. It's bringing about some kind of recognition in the 3D by whether community, I'm getting a really loud ringing in my right ear, whether it's community and or, you know, worldwide, nationwide, like this is a big deal, whatever this is. We have a Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is you, like in your power, standing strong, highly intuitive, psychic, kind, caring, compassionate. This is very much in your power with the 9 of coins. Well, the 9 of coins is wish fulfillment. It's also reaping the rewards of the fruits of your labor. And the King, the King of Cups. Interesting. Huh, I didn't even notice that pop out. The King of Cups, Pisces energy. Very interesting. You could be dealing with another water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Specifically, it's Pisces. But there's some kind of, for some of you, you could have your masculine and your feminine in balance, which is huge. But whatever you're working towards, I feel like there's somebody with you, be it romantic or otherwise, and it is another water energy. Very interesting. I was not expecting, I don't know that I was expecting anything, but that felt like it almost threw me for a loop. So for some of you, this could be kind of a shock factor, like, really, I'm, working with this person and or taking this journey with this person. And your underlying, which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of. Number 15, appreciation. Pertaining to number 31, short illness. So when we're talking about feeling some form of appreciation, when it comes to something that could seemingly seem kind of bad, a short illness, I feel like this is the catalyst for something, whether it's that you were forced to stay home because you weren't feeling well, and one thing led to another. It's like a chain of events. But feeling this appreciation could also grant you the ability to have more gratitude and appreciation for life in general. We have a King of Swords. You've got a few people showing up here for you. The King of Swords is specifically Gemini, but it is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. This is somebody who this could be somebody who went through a short illness as well. Somebody who's very blunt. They could be a wordsmith, very analytical. Somebody who has like laser focus, willing to cut out people, places, and situations that don't serve them. This also could be somebody tied to Leo energy with the Strength card. Something is giving you an unimaginable amount of, well, I heard power and then I heard relief. So there's a gratitude and a new beginning taking place, the new beginning with high honors with you and another water sign. Wish fulfillment, abundance, being able to reap the rewards of the fruits of your labor. There's something tied to an air sign. I feel like if you're not the one that goes through the short illness, that it was somebody very close to you and it somehow shifted a perspective or was a catalyst for some kind of change. And there's an appreciation and a gratitude. I'm sorry. I feel terrible about what I did and owe you an apology. Number 44, it's time to let go. Number 20, June. And number 11, next spring. So I feel like the timing for this, for some of you, something major could have happened in June and it's playing out over until next spring. But it also could pertain to next spring into June. I feel more like something transpired in June and there's some kind of reaping the rewards of the fruits of your labor. And I feel like maybe you're the one that needs to apologize. So, Cancer, that's what I have for you. Let's move on to Leo after I shuffle and read the chat. Well, I know. That's why I said we should have my sister on too. That's 2 females. But then you were like, no, I need more men. Oh. I mean, we could go down that road. Oops. Is that going to be the topic? It doesn't matter what the topic is. Well, just let me know what the topic is, like right before we start or something. So at least I can wrap my head around it. Although it doesn't really matter. All right, Leo. Where are we at? Leo, 3349. Leo, what you need to know. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus, and or cross watch for somebody you're dealing with. Also, the mid-months will be out literally right after this live or shortly thereafter. Today. I'll just say today. Leo. Ooh. Interesting. All right, Leo. Overall, I need a sip of my coffee. Sorry. Overall energy, Leo, is number 28, victory, and number 37, third chakra archangel Shamuel. emotions of desire, life force energy, feeling victorious. Like, I feel like this is all Leo energy. Pertaining to number 17, a gift. It could be a literal gift, but I feel like it's so much more. I feel like there's something that's ignited the flame within you. It feels very champion. I'm hearing the king of the come up, which could be king or queen of the come up. We have the Fool card. Aries, Aquarius energy. This is a new cycle beginning, taking a leap of faith, looking fear in the face and doing it anyway. 7 of Cups. I feel like you've been dreaming, desiring something magnificent, and I feel like emotionally you're moving in that direction. We have the Death card. Scorpio energy, the unspoken. It's interesting because that's transmutation. And I feel like there's something shifting in your life. I feel like you are transmuting from one energy into another. There's an ending and a new beginning. This feels very much like, well, I heard I'm done playing small. It's almost like taking a look at your life and being like, yeah, no, this is not how the story ends. I'm moving in this direction. This is what I'm doing. Getting yourself hyped up and moving in that direction. And I feel like this is, the gift is the new beginning. Dreams coming into reality. This major shift. Well, now I just heard Down and Out in Beverly Hills, which I think I've gotten reference to before, but I almost feel like going from, and I don't mean you were a literal bum, maybe you were, but going from like that rags to riches energy, and not just energy, like it manifests in the 3D. And your underlying energy, which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of. We have number 33, door to romance. And it's pertaining to number 7, a pleasant letter. Well, I can tell you that I feel like you are definitely receiving some kind of communication that is lighting your fire, if you will. And then we have the 9 of coins. Well, that's wish fulfillment. Not only is it wish fulfillment, but that's the rags to riches kind of energy where whatever you're doing is paying off. It's bringing in a tremendous amount of abundance and prosperity, wish fulfillment, but also you're able to reap the rewards of the fruits of your labor. And the labor is normally always as within, so without. So yeah, you do things in the external reality, but it's things that you're led and guided from whatever shift in energy you've done internally. We have chaos in the reverse. I'm a magnet for trouble. It's not my fault. I leave a trail of mayhem behind me. Well, thank God that was in the reverse. That could be the old energy. That could be what you're transmuting out of. The old, I gotta look something up really quick. Give me a second. Uno momento, por favor. See, I should never second guess myself. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, I feel like the old energy was the chaotic you, the old way of living. You have number 37, next week looks promising. And 49, next new moon. Ooh, that is, I don't know why I want to say it's around the 20. We flipped. So it used to be new moons first and then full moons. And now we're having our full moons first and then the new moons. And I know that if one of my ladies was on here, she could tell me. She would already have the information and be putting it in the chat. But I want to say that it is, I don't want to reach my calendar. It's way over there. And it would tell me. Let me just take a mini. Let me just take a mini and look up the next new moon. New moon. It's gonna be, I want to say in Libra, I believe. It is on the 21st. The new moon, October. Is it Libra? It is. So there you go. October 21st, new moon in Libra. Which is in a couple weeks, I think. What did this say? Next week looks promising. Pretty close. Pretty close. All right, I'm going to shuffle and move on to a Virgo. Well, you could do that. You could have a conversation between you and yourself. Nothing wrong with laughing at your own jokes. All right. Okay. What? One more deck to shuffle. I keep saying okay, like I'm done, but no. Nope, not yet. Alrighty. I'm a little closer. Okay. Virgo. Where's my timestamp? Virgo, what you need to know. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus. Cross watch for somebody that you're dealing with if you so feel the need. Yeah. Okay, I just heard it's a hard knock life. And then I heard row your boat. It almost feels like, I don't feel like you're the one that, like, I feel like you'd be saying, yeah, it's a hard knock life to somebody else. And I feel like row your boat is talking about moving with the flow, going with the flow, moving on down the line, like keep it moving kind of energy. But let's find out what the cards say. Alrighty, Virgo. Overall energy, you have two that came out. We have number 25, Deceit in the reverse. And number 33, Door to Romance in the reverse. And double numbers again, 33. And number 22, a military. Virgo, I feel like you are very military. And I mean, just like the way that you are very meticulous, everything has its place, order, grounded, stable. It could pertain to the military or somebody in the military, but I feel like there's a lack of love. And I feel like you're not kidding yourself. There's no deception here. You are feeling a lack of love towards whatever military represents to you, which again, we just had an eclipse in your sign. We are currently still in the energy of the eclipses, which was the nodes of fate. So it's energy that's going to continue to shift and change you for at least the next 6 months, give or take. So I will tell you that you could even be like, ooh, I'm kind of done with the order and the not to say that you want chaos, but to embody more of that Pisces energy, which is currently the North Node, which is going with the flow, expansion. Not everything has to be like figured out and, so meticulous. I also say that because we have the High Priestess, which is Pisces energy, which again, I feel like you could be really embodying that higher intuition at this point. And or there is a High Priestess energy, a psychic, a medium, spiritual guide coming in that is meant to help expand your horizons or assist you in expanding your own horizons. We have a Three of Coins. Well, the Three of Coins is a collaboration. So you could be collaborating with an energy like this, and or you're collaborating with your higher self. But the Three of Coins talks about business, 3D reality, but doing something creative, something that you enjoy doing. And again, you're either co-writing it with a person who is Pisces or in that higher intuition spiritual aspect, and or you're co-writing it with your higher self. We have a hair in my mouth. We have a King of Swords. Specifically, it's Gemini, but it is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. This is the energy of, and maybe you're collaborating with this person. This is the energy of, it could be a single male. I don't know where that came from. But truth, clarity, analytical. It's a wordsmith, somebody who really doesn't have a filter. Well, I heard King of the Comebacks. Maybe they have a lot of comebacks, like they're very quick-witted, something to that extent. It's also having a focus and clarity. And then we have the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is mapping things out, but not necessarily like dogged down military style. It's the Seven of Swords is more like, all right, I'm open to receive and kind of map things from, it's like segment intending, if you will. Like, okay, this is this and this, it's, I keep just hearing maps, and I keep seeing a compass and a map. So for some of you, it's trajectory, but we're talking about higher mind and clarity of thought. Not like, okay, the next logical is to do X, Y, and Z. And maybe there is a little logic in there, but I feel more like we're talking about, and now I heard MapQuest. I don't know. Something to do with a map, clearly, Virgo. So whatever you've got going on, maybe you're meant to pull out the map and just stick your finger down and, go from there. Underlying energy, which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of. We have number 8, indecision. It's not good. Pertaining to number 12, a rich girl. Immediately I felt like there was too much of a focus on whether it's you being a rich girl or somebody you're dealing with. Take that out of it. Take the that question out of it. For whatever reason, we're not meant to focus on the financial aspects, being rich or poor, or you're trying to piece together things that don't. So it's kind of like, I would love to be a famous rock star, but the logical, smart thing to do would be to go and become a lawyer. because the money. It's kind of like, take that out of it. Like, go with the heart, what it is that you desire. Not, you need to take the overthinking and overanalyzing aspect out of it, which could be part of that mapping. Like almost like you're moving from, it's like strategy, but don't over strategize. Kind of go with the flow. And then we have the house of God, which is the Tower. It is Scorpio, Aries energy. I say during Scorpio season, which is upon us very shortly, something major is going to shift and change your life. And I feel like it's tied to occupation. I don't necessarily feel like it has anything much to do with romance, although take it how it resonates. There's a shift coming. There is definitely a collaboration and a following of your intuition. Okay. Well, wouldn't you freaking know it? Collaborate. We are aligned in our purposes. Let's combine forces and help each other succeed. That is the 3 of coins, collaboration. Number 53 by the end of the month, which will be Scorpio season. I will just throw that in there. All right, I'm going to shuffle and we will move on to Libra. I did talk about the move right before you got on. Like literally right before you got on. And then I brought it up again when I was talking about how things were, the synchronicities were off the chart, the things were coming into alignment, and then I brought up my son's birthday on the 14th and how I feel kind of like him, where he's like, hurry up already. I want it to be here. I want my goods, if you will. So yes, I discussed it. Don't question my authority, Sean. Don't question my authority. Woo! Libra, finally the midway point. You missed it. I was also going to mention to you that if you do a vertical live, which you can only do from your phone, you get far more views. Now, you get a lot of spammers that way, but you get far more views when you do a vertical live than when you do what I'm doing, which is why when I switched from the vertical live and put more restrictions on my lives, I went from getting like 500 to 1,000 per live views to, 100 maybe. But it's worth it to do it this way. I just thought I'd share that with you, Sean. Okay. Libra. No wonder I keep pulling hair out of my mouth. My hair keeps going in there. Libra. What you need to know right now, Libra. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channeled messages that come my way. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus, and or cross-watch for somebody that you are dealing with. Libra. Happy birthday, Libras. Happy birthday to my son, who will be 15 on the 14th. Wow. Wow, Libra. Good golly, Miss Molly. Ouch. So, Libra. Overall energy, the garden and the gate. Number 30. So, the garden and the gate is more or less needing to step out of your comfort zone, broaden your horizons, move in a new direction, take that chance. Now I'm hearing ABBA. Take a chance on, da, 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 da. I don't know all the words. And being too afraid to. Fear. Allowing fear to take you by, I heard throat hold. I don't know that that's the right terminology, but we'll go with it. It's fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of what if. And sat in that energy, if you're embodying that energy, you're creating from there. So we have number 37, unexpected money. Number 21, living room. Number 6, the good lady. And number 7 in the reverse, a pleasant letter. So I feel like you're receiving I feel like you could be receiving some kind of unexpected financial support on some level. What I will say is when we talk about the living room, any type of room or home, to me correlates with the mind. And it's like a self-imposed prison, depending. Now, I feel like there could be a form of abundance or prosperity in your thought process because you wouldn't be receiving unexpected money if it wasn't. However, I will say that I feel like there could be, well, I heard a chance encounter with a good lady. You could, I don't feel like you're the good lady, male, female, it doesn't matter. I feel like there's going to be some kind of a chance encounter. And a pleasant letter in the reverse tells me that you're going to receive some not great news. So whatever this chance encounter is with this person, it could be some not great news. But I feel like you're setting yourself up for failure. We have the 3 of Swords. Thoughts affecting your emotions, heartbreak, sadness. We have a Child of Coins. The Child of Coins is the unexpected money. Something is coming in for you. But I feel like your thoughts are in the gutter. And there's fear, stress, and anxiety. Overthinking, overanalyzing. I'm starting to feel emotional and almost nauseous, which tells me that I feel like there's fear, there's stress. I don't know if this is pertaining to an unpleasant letter that you received because it's in the reverse, so this is unpleasant, that is literally absorbing or taking over your energy and your mind. Like, I don't know, maybe you got a notice that you're on probation at work, or, you rubbed somebody the wrong way. And instead of being like, oh, well, whatever, and shifting the energy into something more successful and positive, you are like, well, what if they fire me? Well, what if I say something wrong? Well, now I've got to walk on eggshells. Well, it's that kind of energy, like, what if? We have the 9 of Coins in the reverse, which tells me that you're not getting a wish fulfillment. You're not even reaping the rewards of the fruits of your labor. It's like you put all this energy in, but your fear and your stress and your anxiety and the overthinking and overanalyzing and the lack of expanding into the unknown is keeping you chained in, like, yeah, you're getting unexpected money, but it's a Child of Coins. Whereas it could have been wish fulfillment, abundance, reaping the fruits of your labor. In your underlying energy, that's happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of. Number 13, financial constraints. Well, this specific card talks about your thoughts turning to things. And wouldn't you believe it? Number 13 is pertaining to number 33, murky thoughts. Your thoughts are creating your reality, whether you like it or not. So if you want better, you must embody better. Better thoughts, better way of communicating, better speech, like when you're speaking to other people, higher energy. So, something happens in the day and it's like, wah, wah. Don't go rush and tell everybody about it. Oh, yeah, this happened. Oh, I got this letter from work and I'm on probation. And you're adding more fuel into the unwanted. And to top it all off, chop it up and stick it in the wood fire burner, you have the 5 of coins. Well, the 5 of coins is the 5 of coins, financial constraints, murky thoughts turning into things. I will also pull up number 29, prison, because I feel like you're creating a self-imposed prison, Libra. So, support. I'm here to support and elevate you while expecting nothing in return. Well, that sounds like a great person in your life, whoever that is, because that is definitely not you at this point. Number 50, it's time to take a break. I agree. Take a break from whatever thought process you've been on, whatever road you're traveling down. It is time to literally take a break, which to me, taking a break makes me think of the 4 of Wands, the 4 of Swords, going within, meditating, clearing out the trash. And then we have number 21, July. So I feel like something could be transpiring around July. I feel like we just had a full moon, but I am going to pull number 48, next full moon, because that would lead us back into November. Something's going to play out. I don't feel like this is last July, unless it started last July and you've slowly noticed ish getting icky. So you do have unexpected money coming in, but it ain't going to be a lot, and it's not going to be the wish fulfillment until you get your mind on track with the desires that you have. That's what I have for you, Libra. We're going to move on to Scorpio. We've made it past our midway point. Yay! I don't know, Sean, maybe a child will give you coins. So what I was talking about, I didn't go through YouTube. I went through a streaming service that had an app that I could put on my phone. And it's from when I very first started going live, it just seemed easier to do it from my phone. I still find it to be a smidgy easier. But when you do it from your phone, you don't get to cut out people that leave this. You have far more control on your chat, and don't need to have as many moderators when you do it from your laptop, right, or your desktop. So I was just saying, you get more views because they push it more. YouTube pushes it more for vertical lives, which is from your phone. But I don't care, because I don't care to have my chat spammed. I just figure you have so many people in your lives that you could, have enough people moderating to delete it, and it would allow you to get more views. Just throwing it out there. Okay, Scorpio at Scorpio, what you need to know right now. That's interesting. I literally, Libra just got that card. And I shuffled. You can look, I shuffled. Scorpio, I do give my feeling on the card along with any channeled messages that come my way. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus, and or cross watch for somebody that you are dealing with. One more. Well, I'll be all right. Scorpio, overall energy, number 7, community. You know, being in the energy of community, it reminds me of the 3 of Cups, which is a time of celebration, going out, mingling, being out and about, being around people. It could be in your actual community. It could just be your community of friends or work friends. We have a funeral in the reverse and unexpected money in the reverse. Funeral in the reverse is number 19 and 27 for the unexpected money. Both in the reverse. I feel like there's a lack of change when it comes to, you know, I don't know. I want to say luck. We make our own luck. Luck isn't really a thing, but we use the word, so let's use it. There's no shift or change when it comes to your luck. I don't feel like now would be a really good time for you to be gambling or doing anything for instant gratification, attempting to receive on that respect. We have a 3 of Swords. I feel like, you know, it's so interesting that these cards came out in the reverse, because when the funeral and the unexpected money came out in the reverse, I was like, really? The reverse? Because more than anything, I feel like maybe there was some kind of news that came through. But those aren't the cards we were given. And so whatever this gathering or celebration is or coming together of the community is not pertaining to a death and or I heard financial interest. So again, it could just be to let loose. But we have a 3 of Swords, which tells me that there is some kind of heartbreak or emotional, maybe that's why you're going out. And it has nothing to do with losing somebody or anything. Maybe you are just needing a mental break. Maybe there was a breakup or a heartbreak and you're needing to clear your thoughts and be around people that uplift your spirit. We have a 7 of Swords that came out sideways. There could be some self-deception, lying, stealing, cheating. I feel like, if anything, we're talking about trying to get to a point where you can move forward with your thoughts. But I feel like we're still in the midst of something. And for a lot of you, it pertains to a relationship, because we do have the 2 of Cups that came out sideways. Something could be on the rocks with you and a significant other. So for a lot of you, this is pertaining to literally needing to go out with the boys or go out with the girls and get your mind off of whatever heartbreaking situation you're dealing with, which again feels like it's pertaining to some kind of a romantic relationship. In your underlying energy, which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, we have number 33, door to romance. Pertaining to number 13, a rich man. Well, isn't that interesting? So we have something brewing beneath the surface, which tells me that whatever situation you're going through right now is the end of something. And I mean the end. So, again, a breakup, a heartbreak, maybe the lying, cheating, and stealing was you finding out that that person was getting down with somebody else, or vice versa. But we have an Ace of Coins, a brand new opportunity. tangible coming in, and a door to romance pertaining to a rich man. This Ace of Coins, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn is financial windfall. It is abundance. It could be a new job, a new home, a new car, something tangible. And the Three of Wands, I feel like your ships are finally coming in. This chapter, I feel like, just needs to close out with whomever it is. We have support. I am here to support and elevate you while expecting nothing in return. I feel like that's the rich man. And then number 35, next month looks promising. So November. I heard you got to get it while the getting's good. You know, the rich man could just even be a boss, and maybe you end up falling for that person, and or it just opens your heart back up to romance. Doesn't mean it has to be with that person specifically, but it might actually, like, you know, God, there is good people in the world. You know, I don't have to be closed off to love just because this relationship went to the crapper. All right, I'm going to shuffle and we will move on to Sagittarius. Oh my God, Sean. I lost it to the flood. The flood of melted ice on my counter. It still blows my mind that you wrote anything with magic ink. Like, oh, I don't have your information handy with me. Maybe I do. Nope, it's over there. It's over there. Maybe in the business you're in, they surely can, and they do. I don't necessarily recommend it, but clearly it was magic. It was magic disappearing ink. That seems really magical to me. Erasable, magic, whatever. You know what would be really magical is if it would reappear. All right. We have Sag, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces left. And as I said before, we have all of the mid-months, 15th through to the 31st, coming out after the live. Okay. Sagittarius at... I almost picked up the wrong deck. Saggy. What you need to know right now, Sagittarius. What you need to know right now. Yay, May. All right, Sag. What do you need to know? Oh, good. Well, that just means that you're in tune. You can, but I would recommend waiting, because sometimes we answer the question before, and it's $5 super chat minimum. So let's see what we got here. All right. Overall energy of the reading is number 41, 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel, and it is it is pertaining to number 12, a rich girl. So this is your spirit connection, intuition, and inspiration. And it tells me that you're on point. You're receiving intuition, guidance, downloads. And as far as rich girl goes, you could be a rich girl. You could be dealing with a rich girl, and or it's almost like a feeling of wealth because you're literally receiving guidance, intuition, and downloads. Like your truth and clarity are on point. So don't question it. We have the Emperor, Aries energy. This is boss energy. It's about taking a leadership role in one's own life and then becoming a leader to others. It's somebody who kind of likes order and they're, responsible. It could pertain to an actual boss, or you could be the boss. Then we have the Empress. Well, looky there. The Empress is Taurus, Libra energy. This is a very powerful couple, if you ask me. The Empress is about rebirth. Well, I heard rebrand. So rebirth, it's about new beginnings. It's about prosperity, abundance, and creativity. It almost feels like we're creating something. And what we're creating is an Ace of Coins. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Something tangible in the 3D, a windfall. Maybe you are going to be the rich girl, which is interesting. And I'll tell you why in a minute. But it feels like things are really coming into place here. We've got an Emperor, boss energy, taking leadership role in one's own life. We've got the Empress, which if we're talking about a couple, this could be a power couple that is building something in the 3D. Or if it's just you embodying this energy, it's talking about rebirth or rebrand. I feel like there's a need to rebrand something, which for me feels very much like shedding the old skin and becoming what it is that you're desiring to become. The Empress, again, it's a time of fertility. It's a time to turn your dreams into reality. The underlying energy, which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, is number 13, financial constraints. So financial constraints is all about, it's like the 5 of coins. It is thoughts turning into things. Fear, stress, anxiety, lack, being left out in the cold, feeling not worthy or not good enough. That energy is going to create lack and lots of it. We have it pertaining to number 25, high honors. It's almost like I feel like you're being called to remember who you are. Remember your worth. Put yourself first. We have a magician, Gemini, Virgo energy, and we're manifesting from that energy. That's no good. We don't want to be manifesting from a feeling of lack, insecurity, stress, any of those. I will tell you that what we're manifesting is the Devil card. Capricorn energy, the adversary. So the Devil card isn't a big deal. It's shadow energy. We all have it. It is what it is. But it's attached to a King of Wands. King of Wands is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. So the question is this person tied to that energy? Is that why they came? So let me explain this. And I'll do it as quickly as possible because I know we're not going into detail here. But is this person tied to the energy of lack, fear, stress, anxiety, unworthiness, feeling left out in the cold, feeling ghosted? It's also the energy of codependency. Because if that's what we're pulling in, then we have to hold on to this energy to keep that person around. But if we're in this energy, which we are, and feeling abundance and prosperous, we're calling in our Emperor. We're calling in our match. And we're pulling in abundance and new opportunities and new beginnings. This feels like we are in your underlying energy, meaning what's going on internally. We are trying to get back something that we think we've put on. Well, it's not even a we think. We put this thing on a pedestal, the high honors. Like, oh, it's such a high honor to be in this shadow energy with these financial constraints. This person is tied to that energy, meaning their shadow energy. I don't know how else to explain this, so hopefully it's explaining good. I'm going to read these cards. Brag. I will always enthusiastically share the amazing things happening in my life. Amusement. I find your stories comical and your life a source of entertainment. And then we have number 17, March. This feels like something pertaining to, for some of you, last March that's been playing out. And it also makes me think of, we just had a full moon in Aries, which, okay, so back in March, there was a new moon in Aries. And every 6 months from the new moon is a culminating point with a full moon in that same Aries, right? So every month, new moon, 6 months later, full moon. In essence, something got started and plays out, and then this is the ending, the culminating. And it's normally out with the old and in with the new. So there's that as well. Frankly, May, I would almost say that this is almost like a personal reading. We have a King of Wands, which to me is an air sign. It feels somewhat personal. I don't know if it answered your questions, but I feel like your popping in here wasn't by accident. I feel like you were definitely in tune. I feel like you're receiving your intuition, your guidance. I don't feel like you accidentally popped on at the exact right moment when I entered your sign. And as you see, I do not handpick any cards. I flip them out. So I definitely feel like this is a message for you specifically. What I will say is that you need to have your own self on a pedestal, and not in a cocky, I'm better than everybody way. It's nobody's better than you, and nobody's more of a prize than you are. And that's all I have to say about that. Okay, I'm going to move to the next sign, which is Capricorn, after I shuffle. Oh, do you know somebody, Sean? Oh, yeah. Empress energy as well is about your feminine, your divine feminine energy. And that's where we create from within. And so the way that you're going to want to create from within is embody the energy of what it is that you desire. So if you desire to be loved and feel safe and secure, you have to be in that energy and give it to yourself. And then what's going to happen is you're going to attract that. And when that comes in, it may be the same person. It may not be. But there's a pedestal situation here where you put somebody else on a pedestal. And chasing literally is going to lead to more chasing. And that in and out. Like, oh, yeah, I'm here today. And then I'm ghosting you. And then I'm here today. And then I'm like, it's a repetitive cycle. Trust me, I know. I've been there. But remember who the F you are. Like, don't let anybody dull your shine. And it's not to pass shade on another person because you're attracting the situation by your energy and your energy alone. But if you want something different, you must embody the energy of something different, which the best place to start is to know your worth and know your value and sit in your feminine energy of, if I don't get this person, it's going to be somebody so much better. And just know that. Just know that nothing that is meant for you will ever, ever pass you by. Ever. Yes, I may have ghosted people. Yes and no, because I don't think I've ever like left anybody on red. I think I get to a point where if you're not picking up what I'm putting down, and I'm pretty blunt, it's time to just shut it down. And also, I'm a firm believer that I don't engage in conversations that people are trying to, you know, yeah, I guess I have. Whatever. Anyway, Capricorn. Capricorn. It makes me think of Leanne, who's not here at the moment. Capricorn, what you need to know. Something good. Something good for Leanne, who's not here. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channeled messages that come my way. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus, and or cross watch for somebody that you are dealing with. All right. That was quite a few cards that just popped out. 2, 3. Okay. Capricorn. All right, let me move. I miss my desk. I was thinking about that the other day. Yeah, I miss my desk, but that's okay. That's what happens when you move. Overall energy, Capricorn, for your reading is number 34, door to personal healing and happiness. And it is pertaining to number 24, the thievery. So the thievery is a lot of things. I mean, hey, we're talking about you've opened the door to personal healing and happiness, which means whatever's transpired in the past, you're now open to moving through it, because the only way out is through. The thievery could be a lot of things. It could be feeling like somebody was stealing your energy, which in essence, nobody steals your energy. We freely give it away, whether you like it or not. And or maybe maybe there was some kind of stealing taking place. Like, you know, you might have felt somebody stole a job from you, literally stole money from you, like whatever. Goodness. Maybe you're having a hard time speaking up or speaking your truth. Oh, goodness. Capricorn, 4 of coins in the reverse. What I like is that I feel like you finally loosened your grip. You're no longer holding on to whatever this plight was, whatever you felt like you were robbed of. The 4 of coins in the reverse tells me you're letting go. You're not holding on to it anymore. Then we have the 8 of coins, which tells me you're putting forth the work, energy, and effort towards the 6 of wands. Well, isn't that interesting? The 6 of wands is recognition. It's, for some of you, even a small level of fame. You could be receiving something amazing, actually. Maybe even some kind of financial, I don't know, if maybe a raise, some kind of acknowledgement, definitely. And it all stems from letting go of some grudge or something you were holding on to. We have the Magician, Gemini, Virgo energy. Beautiful energy. You're an alchemy. You're creating. And what are you creating? The 6 of coins, balance, and a windfall. I knew I was feeling a windfall of sorts coming through for you, which is interesting. It's like you let go of the block. And the block was holding on to something from the past, some wrongdoing or whatever you want to call it, was preventing you from receiving now. In the underlying, which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, we have number 22, yin energy. It's a spiritual winter. You're going within, and it's pertaining to number 6, the good lady. So for some of you, you're going within pertaining to a specific person, but more than anything, I feel like it's going within to find that inner self, that inner you that doesn't hold grudges, that doesn't look down upon people, that has, that is in spiritual integrity and has that compassion and understanding that everybody's on a journey, right? We have a 4 of Cups. Well, I can guarantee you that this person possibly could have rejected you or ghosted you, or maybe you them. And you're doing a little soul searching. And then we have the Judgment card, which tells me that you are surrendering and moving in a new direction. You're letting go of whatever the situation was. Scorpio energy on the Judgment. Well, it's time to take a break. Number 50. And apathetic. I prefer to remain focused on my own life right now. So either, well, I feel like this is twofold. You and others maybe are feeling like focusing on their own life right now. I definitely feel like things open up as you release the block. Again, the block is holding on to whatever the grudge is. All right, I'm going to move on to Aquarius after I do a little shuffle. I thought that was funny, Sean. She too is deleting messages on another channel. Or she's too busy. Right? I don't know. Maybe it's because I was gone for so long. I was a little inconsistent while I was getting ready to move. That's all right. That is all right. They say when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Ooh. 2 more signs to go. My goodness. 2 more signs. And happy Friday, everybody. Good grief. Can't believe I forgot to say that. I'm so excited for the mid-months that I'm posting tonight. They're good. They're good. It has not sold yet. That is the update. It is not sold. But, I mean, if you know me, you know that I know everything is working out exactly as it should. So, I'm not concerned. And it's interesting. My realtor sent me a message. I want to say it was like yesterday or the day before. And it was Wednesday. Because I think it was Wednesday. And she's like, oh, it's been 2 weeks. Or 14 days is what she said. And I'm like, gosh, you know, it felt like it had been up on the market far longer than 14 days. But 14 days is nothing. I think it felt longer because the process leading up to getting it on there was like a month, longer, maybe even. So to like do all the painting and all that, it just felt like it's been forever. And like I said, I'm in the energy of being like my son who has his birthday in 4 whole days. Happy birthday to my son again, although he doesn't watch this, but I'm putting it out there. Where he's like, he already knows what he's getting. He's been wanting it for years. And he just wants it to hurry up and be his birthday, like, already. And I get it, because I'm right there. I'm like, I just want to be in Montana already. So, anyway. Let's go on to Aquarius at 1. Aquarius. I had to double check my time. What you need to know right now, Aquarius. Whoa. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channeled messages that come my way. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus. and or cross watch for somebody that you are dealing with. There could be a lot going on. I'm feeling like a little bit of chaos, and not like, you know, just like a lot of things going on, like overstimulation. Okay, well, what's meant for you won't pass you by. I'll tell you that right off the bat. One more, please. Okay, I keep getting the song. They call me the Wanderer. Yeah, I'm the Wanderer. I roam around. So that could have something to do with something. Goodness. Aquarius. Overall energy is number 52, Goddess of the Moon. The Goddess of the Moon energy is feminine energy. It's about being in, it's moon energy. And so it's maternal. It is highly intuitive, psychic abilities coming through. It also sometimes depicts moving through fears, hidden secrets coming to light, truths about self, past lives, things of that nature. It also is feeling very, well, I heard nocturnal. Maybe you're having a hard time sleeping. But it's pertaining to 35, a long road, and number 24, the thievery in the reverse. I feel like this is a short trip. And or a long road, a long journey is coming to an end. Well, because I heard you have arrived. And I feel like the thievery in the reverse is talking about when I got the what's meant for you will never pass you by. We have the Hermit in the reverse. Virgo energy. This is about going out, mingling. Maybe that's the chaotic I was feeling, like being out there and a lot of things going on. Overstimulation. Not necessarily in a bad way, but I definitely feel like you're not locked up in a room somewhere at home. Like you're wanting to go out and mingle. And I heard entertain, so take that how it resonates. We have a King of Cups. That's specifically Pisces energy. You could be embodying this energy, have it in your chart, or be dealing with a Pisces. This is somebody who's highly intuitive, psychic, kind, caring, compassionate, and very attached to the moon. In fact, so much attached to the moon that it is. Pisces is the moon. So this could pertain more to really, truly being in that energy of feeling your way through situations, very in tune to the vibration, higher frequencies. We have an 8 of coins in the reverse. Well, I don't feel like there was a lot of work and effort put in. But I don't necessarily feel like I heard I didn't need or want to. We have a 4 of coins in the reverse. You've let go of some kind of opportunity. Child of coins. Something tangible in the 3D. And then I heard it doesn't interest me. That's so interesting. It just feels like I heard too much on my plate. There's some opportunity that you've let go of. Something that you didn't care to put the work, energy, and effort into. It could pertain to a water sign. And or intuitively, it's like something got cut off. Okay, Aquarius. Underlying energy, which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of. We have number 14, carrying connection. And it's pertaining to number 30, legal matters. I honestly feel like you've cut off somebody, possibly a water sign. Like it wasn't worth your time. We have a 5 of swords. There could be conflict, arguing, shit talking. With the chariot, Cancer energy, victory, success, and forward momentum. Whatever argument, I feel like you've won. The legal matters could just be a final judgment. I mean, it could actually be legal matters, which in essence you're going to win. But I feel more like you've won the debate. Because when I think of legal, it's like arguing for your side. There was no... I don't feel like they were equipped to go up against you. It wasn't a challenge. We have a few cards. Next month looks promising, number 35. You have obligation. You're a nuisance. I'm sorry. You're a nuisance. I feel obligated to associate with you. Okay. The reason I'm laughing is because not only does it fit this reading, but it fits somebody I know who has Aquarius in their chart. That like fits to a T. We have curious in the reverse. I'm intrigued and eager to learn more and figure you out. Well, in the reverse tells me, no, I'm not. I don't want to put forth the work, energy, and effort. Love, I will be a positive force in your life and only want to bring you peace and happiness. In the reverse, which is why I'm reading it funny because I'm trying to read it upside down. And friendly. Okay. In the reverse. I'm going to flip it upside though so I can read it. I come with warmth and good intentions, bringing joy and light to your life. D, none of the above. Literally, D, none of the above. I feel like you're sat in feminine energy. I feel like you are like, this is not worth my time, energy, and effort. There is no need to go within. I'm out mingling. I've got too much going on in my life. I feel like you are like moving and shaking, and whatever or whoever this was, maybe there was, I don't know that it was necessarily financial. It could have just been a friend, a business partner, more than that. But I feel like it wasn't worth the time, energy, and effort. And you're like, no, I'm letting this go. I don't need this in my life. It is too small and childish. Like, I don't want it. So, and apparently next month looks promising for whatever it is that you do have time, energy, and space for in your life. So, wow, Aquarius. Way to suck it to him. All right, I'm going to shuffle, and then we will move on to our final sign, Pisces. Oh, thank you. I'll tell him. His name's Connor, by the way. My son. My son. And his birthday. 15. Can't even believe it. Can't even believe it. 15 years old. Almost. Alrighty. I know. I can't believe it. That's good, though. He's a good boy. He is a really good kid. Really smart. Wicked smart. I did some good stuff. All right, I gotta stretch my legs again. And, oh my gosh. I should mention that I think there might already be timestamps up because I took the info from a previous reading. Disregard those. I'll put the timestamps up when I am finished. Pisces. Pisces, what you need to know right now. Oh, okay, May. Wrong deck. Like I said, it's $5 minimum for a super chat. Just ask your question. I'll answer it after the Pisces. If you want a personal reading, you can contact me via email or Facebook Messenger. Information in the description box if you're interested in that. All right, Pisces, I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus, and or cross watch for somebody that you are dealing with. One more, please. Oh, I'm getting the song. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. It's a good thing I do this and not sing. All right. Pisces. Overall energy for your reading, we have number 15, appreciation. Feeling gratitude and appreciation. One of the best energies to be in. Pertaining to number 18, small child, and number 35, a long road. So it could pertain to an actual child that you're feeling appreciation for. It could also pertain to your inner child and having a gratitude and appreciation. And it took a really long time to get there. The long road tells me that, yeah, I mean, it's been a long time, whatever this is, and feeling gratitude and appreciation. We have a Queen of Wands, specifically Libra, but it's Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. We are in Libra season. You could also be dealing with a Libra. Take me, for example. I'm a Pisces, and my sun is a Libra. So very fitting. However, this reading isn't necessarily about me. And then we have an Empress, which is all about a time of fertility, turning your dreams into reality. Taurus, Libra energy. It is new beginnings, rebirth, creativity, prosperity, abundance. And then we have Child of Cups. The Child of Cups is very much about following the heart. It could pertain to flirting and things of that nature. There's some kind of a revamping taking place in a Two of Cups, a rebirth, a new beginning. It feels very much like a revamp, and it's taken some time to get here. It could be with a Libra. It does not have to be. There could be a child involved between you and said person. But I feel like this is like the song, just the two of us. We can make it if we try. It feels like this has been a long road, but I feel like we have a rebirth coming, a whole new beginning. And this new chapter is very prosperous. I don't know where these words are coming from. Prosperous, abundant, creative. It just feels like following the heart, but also some kind of sweet, loving gestures. Underlying energy, which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of. We have the World card. Well, the world is the ending of a cycle. It's a time to celebrate. Out with the old, in with the new. And it is pertaining to number 2, a main female. You could be the main female. It could be the person you're dealing with. More than anything, I feel like you're shifting and changing because we have a King of Cups, and that's you, Pisces. Male, female, not gender specific. The King of Cups is Pisces, highly intuitive, psychic, kind, caring, compassionate, and you're showing up in your own reading, in your power, in your strength. So I definitely feel like there's an ending taking place, a rebirth. You're probably the one rebirthing. And I just feel gratitude and appreciation, a time to celebrate. So you have positive. My intentions are pure and I want only to elevate and improve your life. And then number 18, April. So I feel like something could be transpiring around April for you, Pisces. All right. Let me write down May for her super chat. And I will shuffle. And Dan's true feelings, actions, and any advice, please. Okay. If you have Pisces moon, that means that those are your emotions, and moon is emotions. I feel like you are highly intuitive, and I feel you really truly need to tune into your higher source, your intuition, because I definitely feel like it's leading and guiding you. And I'm definitely doing your question. I appreciate the good grief. Can I speak? I appreciate the super chat, but I feel like literally the reading I did was for you. And I almost wish I would have pulled a few more cards, but I definitely feel like you are highly intuitive. I don't feel like you came through here on accident or a mistake, and I can't help, I keep getting chills running through. So let me figure out what cards I'm going to use and readjust myself here just for a hot moment. Ugh. I used to have a table, but I'm moving, so I got rid of the table. Maybe a little premature. This. Okay. And you said your real name is it Kia? Did I say that right? Kia? I don't know if you're feeling chills, but it's like literally the energy is flowing through me tremendously. I need to know intentions. I almost want to cry. So overall energy, we have number 2, journey, which is a new beginning, taking a leap of faith. And it's pertaining to number 8, false person. So I feel like we're taking a leap of faith towards a false person, wanting a new beginning with a false person. Again, I feel like we're talking about a pedestal of sorts. And I feel like you're the false person. And the reason I feel that way is because I feel like you should never be in a position of picking between two, first and foremost. But also, your truth and clarity comes from within. And when we're confused, we're trying to make a choice from the energy of a problem. The problem is I can't pick, can't choose. Well, in essence, you're coming from that energy when you make a choice and a decision. You need to get clear with your own head, in your own heart, in your own mind. We have a king of air. So I got to be honest, I feel like the air sign, whoever the air sign is the false person. I feel like you're being led and guided to find the clarity, the truth. We have a queen of fire, specifically Aries, but it's Aries, Leo, Sag. I feel like that's your energy. And then we have a messenger of air. The messenger of air is the truth, the clarity. When you look at these cards, which I absolutely love these cards, the fire sign is being called to follow her heart chakra. Her heart chakra is lit up. And all the feathers are telling me that there is divine guidance coming through. The truth and clarity is there, but you need to step outside of the 3D reality and go within. Meditate. Frankly, I'm going to give you a quick thing that helps, at least me, when I need to make a choice or a decision. And I'm like, I know what to do. I know I'm supposed to step back, but I can't. I will sit and in a meditative state, close my eyes, no thing, no TV, no nothing. And I'm going to visualize going down the path of one of those options. I'm going to see it clear, like what it looks like, how do I feel? And then I'm going to come back to center and I'm going to go down the other option. And I'm going to pay attention, like, how do I feel? How does this feel to, normally there's reservations, I will say with me, at least with me, on both. Then I'm going to walk down a middle path. This middle path is going to open up and I'm going to walk down that. I'm not saying that this is what happens for everybody, but 99.9% of the time, I take that middle path. That's my path. It's neither this nor this. So I feel like you're meant to release the whole situation for now and allow things to play out. Sit in that feminine energy and allow things to play out. It does not matter what people think or believe about us because they are literally truly a reflection of our internal self. So they more or less play it back to us. Your underlying energy, however, is the number 9, broken heart. This is what's brewing underneath the surface, something that needs to be healed, and it's not going to get healed by anybody else outside of you. Now, whether this is something that happened in the past, it's happening currently, there's a healing that needs to take place, and it's pertaining to number 22, a military. So this card is interesting because it feels very much like, interesting, I heard Virgo. I don't know, maybe you dealt with a Virgo at some point. But it feels very much like some kind of military. To me feels very orderly, restrictive, very, well, maybe kind of Virgo. That's why I said Virgo. It feels very much like, there could have been even a family member that was akin to like a drill sergeant, whether it was a mother or a father, a grandfather, a brother, like something where there's some tie to an energy from your, I feel like, past, maybe even childhood, that has caused this, and this needs to be healed. I feel as though you are going to heal it. We have the 9 of water, which is not only wish fulfillment, but it's emotional sovereignty. So I feel like you're in the process of healing, because the broken heart is in the process of healing. And once we gain our emotional sovereignty, we are no longer giving our energy away to people, places, and situations outside of us. That's when we go within. And to double down on that, there's my Virgo card. I don't know how I didn't see that. Number 9, Hermit, Virgo energy. I love the Hermit. It's all about going within, figuring out our true passion, drive, desire, what it is that our purpose here in this life, knowing our true authentic self, not concerning ourselves with people, places, and situations outside of us. So when it comes to this person, at least an air sign, I feel like they are the false person. But I feel like you might have been the one that put them on that pedestal. Give me a... we have envy. I resent that you have what I most desire, so I will belittle your success to make myself look better. And deceit. I have ill intentions and may be planning on deceiving you. So I'm going to... I got you a White Light Oracle card. Number 13, that could be significant for you. Besse of 174 Hertz. I probably pronounced that wrong. I feel like the cat has something important for you, as well as the eye color, which is almost like green, like a golden green color. You've been moving so fast for so long that you're not realizing how wound up you've become. Gently unwind now to drop into a deeper, slower healing rhythm, and you will restore your body, mind, and soul. Things which seem too difficult right now shall soon seem very manageable and even pleasurable to accomplish. And then you have the 7 blessings of Eve, which feels frankly like a rebirth to me. I'll show you that card here. Feels like shedding the old skin. A spiritual gift shall enter your heart and manifest as a blessing in your life. I feel like that's the 9 of water. You have innate talents and abilities which will support your soul into full, glorious manifestation. You have been blessed with a beautiful divine destiny to fulfill. You have natural healing abilities. I'm getting the chills. So, girl, choose your thoughts and words so they reflect what you truly wish to put out into the world, because your influence is stronger and further reaching than you realize. All right. I feel like that answered your question. I feel like you were turning into the Phoenix rising. Hopefully that answered your question. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Oh, son of a biscuit. I didn't write the timestamp down. Dang it. Normally I'll write the timestamp down so you know if you want to come back and watch the very end, but maybe I'll try to fish through and get the timestamp. Anyways, we can karaoke on my podcast. Okay. Water is my ex. That's what the card said. And frankly, I'll be honest with you, there's a healing taking place within you currently. and it's something from your past. And I feel like we need to tap the brakes on any love situation at the moment. Like free will, you do you. Don't let me tell you what to do. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I mean, it sounds like that, but I'm not. But I feel like go into your feminine energy where right now it's all about you and your children, of course. Don't ever forget that. But it's all about you. These people don't matter. Not right now. And see where you're at in a little while. Like I had somebody go through my 13 steps to transformation. And I hope she doesn't mind that I share this. I'm not sharing her name. But she was stuck when she started with me. She was stuck between two people. And I said the same thing. I was like, let's not worry about that right now. Right now, we're doing the 13 steps to transformation. We got 13 weeks to worry about it. Neither one are going nowhere. Just work on you. And after the fact, she made her choice. And remember when I was telling you, you move down this way, see how it feels, you move down that way. Then there's this third path that always opens up. And frankly, it's normally the third path. And that's where she ended up, was on that third path. So I can guarantee you that when we attempt to figure things out from the energy of, oh my gosh, I don't know which one to choose, which one's right, neither are, at least not right now. Doesn't mean it won't be later, but right now, right now it's about you. Right now it's about putting yourself back on that pedestal, building your own self up, healing your own self, being in love with yourself, in love with your life, feeling amazing, being that queen, or for men, king, whatever that you know you truly are. And then you'll start noticing different things about different people. And that's you raising your vibration. As you continue to raise your vibration, those people will flutter away and new will come in. Some will rise to the occasion. Great. Most will not. So, thank you, Sean. I recommend the 13 steps. Just don't use her wastefully. That's true. Her 13 steps helped me a lot. It did change your life, especially when you realized that you did it with erasable ink. Now you're going to do it again. All right, guys, I got to head out of here. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, leave comments. I love comments. And I will see you all next week. I'm going to be doing lives, hopefully, once a week until the move. And then, it's not like the move will take weeks. I'm just saying, one step at a time. And the mid-months are coming out. So check out your mid-month here by the end of this evening. So I will see you all in the next one. Have yourself an amazing weekend. Thank you, everybody. I will